And we're back. Long time no see, and you're in for quite a treat, as mentioned last episode. But first, let's get into what you will be seeing in the actual recording footage for this episode. Mostly just me coloring. Because the Chica design is so complicated, I had to make multiple separate layering sheets so you can appreciate, how complicated the design is, even though she's not even like the main character of this AU. She is one of my favorite designs, mostly because, like I said, I have been in love with the raptor, sort of feathered dinosaur Chica idea for quite a while, and you're going to see what I mean by quite a while soon enough. Honestly, it feels a little bit weird being so happy and bouncy, considering the last time we were talking about the AU, we were getting into the tragedy of Crystal / Christine, the spirit inside of Chica. But, speaking of kids who are probably 10 years old while they're being crushed to death by a horrible tragedy, I really am excited to show you what I found, so forgive me for the interruption of tone. Surprise! I found essentially the Holy Grail. Damn, this lighting is terrible. Oh well. This is my middle school notebook. Not notebook, but folder. And within it, remember how I said the originals were lost to time? The original Freddy Fazbear gang that I created back in the day? Well, I found it, along with some other stuff that I'm just going to obfuscate for a moment. Probably should have grabbed what I needed first, but let me just real quick. So, first on the pile, the oldest piece of art of this AU from when I was a kid was the original Melody design on, classic paper. I drew the cupcake. As you can see, surprisingly, my art style did get better over the years. So that's what she really looked like. You could kind of see the similarities of what was happening. And then the first design for the main gang, Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, you can see that even from what's remarkable is that I recreated the designs from memory, and you can kind of see what I was remembering. Oh man, I just flipped around the belly paper, and it seems I was trying to draw the purple guy from the Rebornica stuff. Oh my god, this is precious. Oh, and then of course, how could I forget? There's Golden Freddy, or Goldie. You'll meet him soon, and then Foxy, which, as you can see, not much has changed. He's kind of cute, I guess. And here's where the real designs kick in. Months later, I made this. So here is my attempt at drawing a keyboard. So Melody has gotten slightly taller, I think, than originally designed. But yeah, she was always playing the keyboard. The blue and green eye thing, the pigtails. Keep in mind, this was before Sister Location, and even then I was like, oh, maybe making humanoid robots is a bit too much. All we have is Balloon Boy and the puppet. But I went for it, and guess what? So there it is. Her design is definitely different. Just the keyboard dress and the pink shirt was a look, but the purple hair ties, definitely. And then the way the mouth's designed, definitely almost exactly. Keep in mind, I did not know that. I went everything off of memory. So, I mean, this isn't too bad a recreation from what you guys saw. Next is Goldie, or Golden Freddy. Scott Coffin's version and my version. As you can see, I was decently good at drawing the Freddy Fazbear animatronics from scratch. So, them looking different was a design choice. Honestly, I kind of missed the cute little chibi designs from this era. I mean, it's cute. Can't wait for you to actually see this guy, my version, the adult version I make now. But yeah, he still has the little purple top hat and the purple outfit. Then there's Freddy. Man, I should have flipped these upside down. Let me just do this because I keep messing it up. Here's Freddy. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I did kind of understand how to draw the animatronics even back then. And then there's my version. Black jacket, black top hat. I changed the color of the band, and I did decorate the jacket to be more 80s inspired. But yeah, you could originally see it. And as you can see, I used a mix of pencil and marker on this one. And then there's Foxy. Honestly, the Foxy I drew back when I was a middle schooler wasn't that bad. This was years ago. The hands, though. The hands. That's the creepiest part of the drawing, really. There's my version. Cute little fella. Still, see, I did deliberately, like, he does not have a tail, and I specifically gave him a tail. I removed all the scratched up parts from my design, but even back then, I kind of, I did have an idea of what I was doing. Now, here's the real kicker. The Chica design I made from scratch. Chica also doesn't look too bad. Brown dress with a pizza on it, pink top, and let's eat bill. Not bad. Little cupcake's kind of cute. And even back then, as you could see, I did do the wings for hand thing. And honestly, this simplified chibi design is kind of cute. I don't hate it. I might just, experiment to see if I want to use the pink and brown coloring just for nostalgic reasons for the new version. Then there's Bonnie, which, as you can see, I originally had white sleeves and, a guitar. I was a little bit more willing to draw guitars back then. Yeah, honestly, this Bonnie is fucking horrifying. Look at those fucking tiny little feet. And even back then, there was the lighter colored hair band that I wanted to give him and all that good stuff. Oh, now it's back to being in order again. And this is the gang on stage, so I had to redraw this from scratch to do this. And I'm honestly proud of myself for this. Younger self was working hard. And this is actually kind of cute. And then, the first batch of human characters from this AU. There's Molly. You'll meet her soon, but she's actually the co-owner of this specific franchise. She has red dyed hair and red eyes, for reasons. I don't know why there's a balloon with a magnet in there. Don't remember anymore. And then there's Tom. You will be meeting Tom. And then him with his little spooky hoodie. He's such an edgelord. We love Tom. And then that's it. So welcome. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, Violet, didn't you say that you lost this art a long time ago? Didn't you say you lost a lot of your middle school art and it was thrown away or went missing? If you had it in a folder this whole time, how did you not know where it was? And that's actually the funniest thing. So my desk has been around for many, many years now, and I've been putting a lot of stuff in it. It turns out that at some point, the desk must have shook because this folder fell behind the shelves within the desk in a place where I could not see it. And it went so thin underneath the drawers that when I opened and closed them, I never felt any resistance. It was only when I had to fix my desk that I realized there was a shit ton of paper that fell inside the desk. So literally, it was hidden in a secret compartment, perfectly preserved, waiting for me to find it again. And oh boy, looking at those Crayola marker drawings brings me back so much nostalgia. I mean, let me see how old I was during middle school. God, I was like, 10th grade? Jesus, I remember making this AU, I think 9th grade. No, wait, not 9th grade. 9th grade is high school. Oh my God. Oh my God, 7th grade. I made this AU in 7th grade, a year before Sister Location. And back then I was wondering, making human-shaped robots is a bit weird for the Freddy Fazbear universe. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I'll come off as cringe because I grew up during the DeviantArt shaming era of YouTube. And then literally a year later, humanoid robots came straight from freaking Robot Jesus himself. And that's so funny to me. And then suddenly it wasn't like, I feel guilty because this AU is a little cringe because I'm doing all these experimental things. It went from that to feeling, oh no, everybody's going to think that I ripped off an official design to make basically the equivalent of a Sonic recolor. And so I became ashamed of this AU and gave it up. And you know what? This whole point of making this AU is to appease younger me and to tell her she was fine. And honestly, looking at how well I drew like the actual designs for the animatronics, I'm proud of little me. Even though little me was never really complimented by my family for her art, really just seen as something stupid and cute she did, but didn't mean anything. it means a lot to me now as an adult to think that, Jesus, that's like nearly a decade ago I was in middle school. I mean, I'm glad to know my art style improved, at least in the aspects of like anatomy and stuff. But honestly, I kind of miss those chibi designs. I might recycle those chibi designs for like the plushies. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if I should, because I think they have a certain charm to them. They just look so cute and chunky. That was really the whole point of their design, because you could see I could draw animatronics decently well. The whole point of these designs is that they're supposed to be cute and chibi and small to kind of like invoke a cutenifying the brand, like how they took the old Mickey Mouse, who was horrifying, the black and white one costumes and shit back in the day, that shit was scary, and then made the much more cuter, acceptable Mickey Mouse we know today and made it cuter. That was kind of the idea. So even back then, I still had that thing. I am, however, very tempted to, I mean, it's not worth it making a second color palette for the other animatronics, but my new design of Chica's color palette for her dress, because, like I said, I record these in advance and then dub over them later. I'm going to, by the time you see it, you're going to see the actual design I created for this version of Chica. And then you're going to see me doing a retro design based off of my original drawings, now that I remember what it was. The brown skirt, as I mentioned during the view, was quite the surprise. I forgot I gave her a brown skirt, but honestly, it's kind of cute, the little pizza dress. Anyways, see you next time.